Hello and welcome. You're watching live stream. This is the one show where we want to hear your voice. We want to know what you are thinking, and there are so many of you writing in to say that we ought to be discussing the UPSC controversy. So here we are doing just that. Now, just over a month after they exhaled having cleared one of the country's toughest exams, this year's recruits for India's civil services are experiencing more nerves. The Prime Minister's office has proposed in a note last week that the allocation of the new recruits to different services, the police, the foreign service, for example, should be based not just on their marks in the UPSC or Union Public Service Commission exam, but also on the basis of how they perform in what's been called a foundation course, a course that lasts 3 months and serves as an orientation exercise. What the government note, however, has not gone into any detail or does not clarify is who will mark the candidates. It seems, according to the UPSC candidates, that it's instructors at the training academy in Mussoorie, where the course is held, who will judge as judges, who will serve as judges. But those who've cleared the exam this year and past UPSC toppers say this will be an arbitrary assessment that's at odds with the transparent procedure followed so far, which allows recruits purely on the back of marks they've scored in the entrance exam. The IAS draws the highest scores. Next up is the Foreign Service, followed by the Police Service. So there are all those who are saying that this leaves scope for manipulation, which is not a good thing, and that really is at the heart of this debate. Others are saying just what's wrong with it. Perhaps it'll bring in the even better candidates to the fore, and everyone's not going to be judged basically only on their marks. Rahul Gandhi is among those who's also got into this. So I'm just going to introduce my guest. Joining me in the studio is Aman Kumar. He's a UPSC aspirant. Thanks for your time. And also going to Vaibhav Agarwal of the BJP in just a bit. But before that, as I said, there are all those for whom this is a very strong subject. It's a subject they believe very strongly in. Imtiaz caught up with some of them in Mumbai.
So with UPSC exams right around the corner, starting from 3rd June, this question or this new proposal, which is not directive yet, has raised many questions. Let's get across to some students. We are here at Royal IAS Institute of UPSC exams, and let's get across to students and see how is this going to impact them and how do they take this as this new proposal. Ms. Fernandez, how do you see this new proposal by the government?
I think the proposal by the government is not very clear yet, because we still don't know what is the exact concept of the foundation course. And then it is unfair for a organization like UPSC to be undermined, and someone who will come up and they're going to judge you and gauge you on only a 4-month foundation course. Then there is also another thing of your personal perspective. If I don't wish to be an IAS officer, if I want to join the police force, but in the foundation course the selection committee feels I'm fit for an IAS, I'm undermining my own personal choice also.
Okay. How do you take this?
सर, इस कोर्स में हमें जो जज करने वाले होंगे सामने, वो भी एक आईएएस ऑफिसर हो सकते हैं, और वो हो सकता है कि अपना एक रीजनल लेवल का भी कुछ इफ़ेक्ट आ जाए उसमें कि इस तरह का इंसान ही मुझे इसमें चाहिए, जो कि हमारे मार्क्स को रिफ्लेक्ट नहीं करेगा. हमारे मार्क्स के हिसाब से हमें कैडर नहीं मिलेगा. कैडर में मिलने की जो गुंजाइश है वो कम हो जाएगी.
डेफिनेटली जो मैंने बताया कि ये प्रपोजल जो आया है जो फाउंडेशन कोर्स के बेस पे एक्चुअली गवर्नमेंट सिर्फ कैडर डिसाइड नहीं कर रही कि वो जो है यूपीएससी का जो भी अलॉटमेंट है उसको और फाउंडेशन कोर्स को भी इम्पोर्टेंस दे करके उसके बेसिस पे वो कैडर एंड सर्विस अलॉटमेंट की बात की जा रही है. तो सर्विस अलॉटमेंट जो सेकेंड के बेस पे किया जाएगा कि क्या उसको इतना, मतलब बहुत सारे ऐसे कैंडिडेट होते हैं जो बहुत सीरियस नहीं देखते उस फाउंडेशन कोर्स को, और बहुत सारे लोगों के जो मैंने बहुत से ब्यूरोक्रेट्स जो उसमें शामिल रहे हैं उनके जो मैंने व्यूज़ पढ़े, उन्होंने कहा कि हाँ देयर इज़ ए लूप होल, उसमें कुछ ऐसे होते कि उतने सीरियस नहीं लिए जाते, उसको उतना इंपॉर्टेंट नहीं दिया जाता. और क्या उसके बेसिस पे इतना इंपॉर्टेंट डिसीजन थोपा जा सकता है कि फाउंडेशन कोर्स के बेस पर आप कैडर अलॉटमेंट करो? तो डेफिनेटली जो और जितने स्टूडेंट प्रिपेयर करते हैं वो फर्स्ट जो यूपीएससी का जो फेयर एक एग्ज़ाम है उसमें अपना पूरा अपने उससे एग्ज़ाम देते हैं, लेकिन सेकेंड कोर्स पे डेफिनेटली वो थोड़े अनसीरियस होते हैं. लेकिन यहाँ पर बात ये आती है क्या फाउंडेशन कोर्स को ही सिर्फ इंपॉर्टेंस देने के लिए कैडर अलॉटमेंट क्या उसके बेस पर कर दिया जाए? क्या ये इतना इंपॉर्टेंट है? तो डेफिनेटली शायद ना हो और चेंजेस के अकॉर्डिंग किया जा सके.
So implementation should be in a proper place, right? Okay. So these were the reactions of students and faculty from Royal IAS Institute here in Mumbai. Over to you.
That's Imtiaz getting us voices from by now. Aman, I want to ask you, there are all those who are, of course, I can understand the concerns that are there. Some of them articulated. We'll hear them from you as well. There are those who are also saying that, you know, what's so wrong with it? If you've already done so well, if you've scored very high, then you're going to start in the foundation course as well, or whatever the course is. Why are we hesitant about it?
Actually, there are a number of reasons behind this. Just like the first reason, that once you have completed the examination, you have cleared the examination and you got the cadre that you are going to be an IAS officer. So once you would win the training, then there would be no competition. It means each and every person would help each other. Just like if I am not going to understand at Lavasana, then someone would help me. But if there would be any competition, that if I will help him, then it may be possible that he is going to be selected as an IAS. So it may be possible I can't help him. So there would be unnecessary competitiveness if the foundation course would be implemented.
Is that your biggest reason to oppose it?
This is one of the reasons. There are a number of reasons behind this. Second reason, it may be possible that there would be a political interference. Like that, recently you have seen the judgment of the Supreme Court regarding the election commission, which was happened between the Delhi government and the Lieutenant General, Lieutenant Governor.
Yeah.
So you saw the recent position of the constitutional organization like Election Commission. That Election Commission is handling.
So you're saying that that part is a sign that, again, I go back to what you said at the beginning of that statement, that political interference is what you feel.
It may harm the prestige of this organization.
It will harm the prestige of the organization. Right. That's well said. Well, we've got our first caller of the evening. This is Mohan calling us from Coimbatore. Mohan, thanks for your time. You want to make a point?
I want to make a point. In fact, the measure taken by the government regarding this issue is really a welcome step. It should be appreciated because we have been following the same state civil services pattern for quite a long time, and there should be a transformation. And government has taken a very good, it should be appreciated because these people who pass out from various colleges, they appear for the examination, they appear, get a good grounding in various subjects, they get through, and when they come, they do not know anything about the administration. And they take the foundation course not so seriously. They know that the civil service has been allocated, IAS has been allocated, IPS has been allocated, IFS. So what they do is better just take it in a very casual manner and they undergo the course. So what the government has done is to bring some seriousness to this foundation course, and I think it is a better option. It should be a welcome step. We should not talk about political interference. Okay. Anything and everything, if you say bring politics into it, I don't think administration. Moreover, civil service has to undergo transformation in 21st century. We have got that old set of bureaucracy.
Okay. Let me take that. Thanks, Mohan, for your time. Let me take that to Aman. Aman, Mohan, they're making the point that why are we looking at it through the prism of political interference? They've just scored great marks, but they don't know anything about administration. Let them go through this foundation course, learn, and then score. What is wrong with that?
It would be better if Mohan has just said that political interference is not a big point. So it would be better, just like you have inserted a subject like the ethics and integrity in 2011 or 12. You have inserted this subject into the UPSC. Same thing you should do, like that you should put administration subject in the UPSC exam. Okay. What you will do in the Lavasana? You will do the same thing. First of all, you will teach about the administration. After that, you will take the exam. So it would be better first, since starting, start a chapter, start a topic, start an exam.
I see. So you're saying you introduce a subject if you need to, but do
like
it,
the ethics
do it there. Why the foundation course? Well, Vaibhav Agarwal of the BJP joining us on the phone line. Vaibhav, thanks for your time. Now you're you're there on Skype. I'm glad to see that Skype is up and running. Well, I want to say that this is of course, now we've got Aman here in the studio who says that this note is basically political interference is what is the big fear. We just had a caller called in to say, no, there's nothing wrong with it. So the opinion is clearly divided. Now, on the issue of political interference, I mean, Rahul Gandhi's put out a very strong tweet, and that seems to be the biggest issue with this move. How would you respond?
Rahul Gandhi has nothing better to do. If I was to really, understand and say that, okay, what is Rahul Gandhi to do with this? What he's trying to do is, what Rahul Gandhi ji is doing is, he's trying to politicize the entire matter. He's trying to interfere in the entire reforms that we are trying to bring in. We are trying to bring in a different thought. The problem is that there is a total contravention to the used system so far. And I think just those apologists of the Indian society today, or some people in the Indian society where they are trying to stop the BJP government from bringing reforms, are trying to politicize the entire issue. My perspective is a very basic thing.
Okay.
That where is the problem in UPSC improving the on-ground recruitment facilities that we are doing, in terms of introducing a 3-month foundation course. I think
But there are all those. I just want to interrupt you. I'm about to say that there are all those who are making the point that this is one exam which is not tested. This is one exam where people have no issues with. The integrity of the exam is not under question. So why fix it if it isn't broken?
Hey, it's not broken, but we can always improve on it. Say, for example, that argument will stand. That means you don't want us to even change the Indian education system so far that has been existed. And you see that this government has been bringing about some changes in the education policy also for the +2 students, and then the students. So the course material needs to be revised from time to time. If there is a tradition that has been there, why are we so against changing that tradition to a better thing? This just because there is nothing broken in it. Why do we need to see a political side to it? Rahul Gandhi.
Let me get Aman to respond to that. Why do we need to see a political side to it? It doesn't need to be broken. We're trying to ensure that we stay sort of 2 steps ahead of the game. That's what.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Sir, like that you have told that if there should be a reform, we welcome the reform. If the Modi government is doing any reform, we should welcome it. But the main question is, there are number of chances, because the notice which is given by the PMO, it is still not clear. There are a number of loopholes. Just like you, the 3-month period. What do you think that within 3-month period it would be good?
Are you saying is 3 months enough?
Is 3 months is enough?
Yeah.
I think you can take best example of the Army SSB. They only take 5 days interview, and after that they recommend it. They don't do that. First of all, they will give you training for the 3 or 4 months, and after that you would be recruited as a captain or this one.
Okay.
So same thing with this examination. Better thing that you should insert a subject, and do it.
Judge
like
us in one go. But to do it in one go. Well, we have a caller this evening. Again, this is Bhaskar Sen calling us. Thanks for your time, Bhaskar. You want to comment?
Yes, my comment has been that, you see, this change basically is bringing in a lot of subjectivity in the process instead of the objectivity which was there. And anywhere you introduce subjectivity, the process becomes vitiated by the process of political interference and things like that. So what would be the BJP's explanation in that regard?